to the zone.
Welcome back. So we are just outside the hallowed halls in Revelwood, and we will be taking it on. I had a look at Blackmire. It seems to be a big zone, so yeah, we're going to leave that for now. Like I said I would. I have cleared as much space as I can for inventory. I've got plenty of supplies. Expecting it to most likely eat up a lot. Oh. Ectoplasm press for the collector. Is the collector the guy in the mask? The, you know, one eye, I'm assuming, that wrote those books in the last one. Oh, I've got a page there. Oh, it's locked. Good. For taking it all, for ruining my family, my life, my status, and for ruining me. All I know lies in shambles, set ablaze by your foolish laws and restrictions. They won't bind me any longer. I rebuke the ancients, I spit on the flame. Everyone who crosses my path, daring to have a pulse, will be shattered and crushed. The lifeblood you spill will warm me at last. Darius. So I am sort of feeling like that the hallowed halls, the collector, and the dark rites are all sort of linked. I could be wrong. Most likely am. That's just what I feel like. Ooh, it's got that red marble in it. No. Already starting putting rubbish in my inventory. So we're fully buffed up. Oh, actually. I'm not sure if this is going to be useful, but we'll have it. I don't know about the potion. The antidote. So far... Right, this seems easy at the moment. Which I sort of expect. With the fact that level 15 mobs, it's end of Revelwood sort of area that you'd expect to be doing this. Yeah, I am, what, 6 levels over? Let's have a look. And then, no, I am 7 levels higher than the mobs. Whereas when I did the hallowed halls in the spring area, the opening area, whatever that's called again, I was what, 3 or 4 levels under. Oh, that's a bone. I don't really need a bone. Nice protection, so yeah, most likely. That's scared me a little bit then. I completely forgotten about that in the middle. Annoying when you want to pick something up and it goes and sits down. Let's make sure that we're fully repaired. Yeah, it's going to be easier than it should be with this, but still got to be careful, because even after leveling up when I went back to the original hallowed halls, I had to be careful at the end mainly the end. There were some spots where it was still dangerous when I out-leveled it, but it was mainly the end that was the hardest part, with the guys with the scythes and the amount of mobs that had come piling out the doors. So there's a doorway there, and then that wants 2. Oh, I thought you were dead. The ectoplasm, I'm not sure what we're going to end up using that for. Unless there's some new recipes that come up. Yeah. If I were actual level for this would be scary. But like I say, this, I'm gonna wail on them after taking the hits. Doesn't really bother me. Oh. They've got spawners in here now. So obviously these piles here would get you your ectoplasm. Oh, loot. What's loot? No. Yeah, I wish I'd done this a bit sooner, but it's not like I knew. I think the game's more designed towards multiplayer than solo, because obviously you want to be able to do the content solo, which means you're going to out-level it. Whereas in a group setup, you'll just tend to co-op your way through in that sense. Not as much XP for one person, it gets spread amongst you. Because obviously, like, I've been mining, which gives a lot of XP. Well, it doesn't, but the amount that you had to mine adds up. So if it was split amongst multiple people doing resource gathering, then you wouldn't be at as high a level. Which is a shame, like I say. At least if you're watching this and you want to try it difficult, you'll know to come here a lot sooner than I did. Oh, Gemma fracturing. I don't know what was going on there. Chance. Trigger on kill. Trigger what? Blunt projectile damage. Chance for additional projectiles. Killing an enemy with blunt damage has a 33% chance to create homing bone shards that deal 26 blunt damage with a chance of spawning up to 4 projectiles. So that would be for your arch, wouldn't it? Or you start piercing damage. No, blunt is clubs, maces, that sort of stuff. Weird. Did I read that right? Yeah, with blunt damage. Yeah, so you'd be equipping that to a mace, basically, or a club. Not my kind of weapon, sadly. I tend to gravitate towards two-handed swords. If they've not got access to that, axes. I don't really do maces or clubs in that sense. Right, this looks interesting. I wonder, can I hit you from over here? Nope. What about if I use this? Just... Oh, I've got to be careful with that ice wizard. Get out the... I need to get that ice off my legs. Yep. Potion. Let's get these spawners out. Over here. Damn, the amount of these spawners already. How are we looking? That's everything. Let's loot the bodies. No, I don't want all the bones as well. So I would prefer some normal runes, are they? I can't remember. remember if they're called runes. Yeah, runes. The normal runes, not the legendary ones. I've got more than enough of those at the moment, but oh, one of my issues is the normal ones. That looks to be a door. It is. Ooh, shiny. Dark crystal. Medium hollow halls artifact. Cluster of dark crystals growing together, they reach into different directions like the finger bones of the undead, clawing themselves out of their graves. Nice. Yeah, I knew there were no doorway because you could tell there, just by that. Bit of a giveaway, but some people might miss it. I might have missed one already up there, you never know. I don't think there's a way back up either. Apart from teleporting out and coming back in. Right. Path that way. Path that way. Path that way. Now that seems to be locked though, I think. It's got those lights on above the door, which I am going to assuming that there are two locking switches somewhere, which I would go with that. One is down one tunnel and the other is down the other. Very nice. Well, I guess it must be my imagination. Oh. What spawned you? This is a spawner buried whatever. I can't understand where he'd have come from. Oh well. So this is the left path from the entrance. Honey. Honey is going to become a pain because it's used in me cooking and I think in certain potions. And it's not something I can easily farm. Ooh, I had to control myself there. I wasn't sure I was going to go across. Right, so there's an E there. Trying to think if there's any way they could actually make this, apart from having like dynamic leveling mobs in that sense, so that everything is always a difficult level in that sense, then that ruins multiplayer, obviously, unless everyone levels at the same pace. You'd have issues. Oh, I've not equipped it, have I? I was messing with loot and stuff. So I unequipped my bow. I've got to equip it again. How the... Oh yeah, I completely confused myself. I'm trying to think how we got up, and then I remembered, oh yeah, we climbed up, didn't we, with the grapple hook and that. Well, we'll go to the chest first. Get that annoying person out of the way. There we go. I say this would have been a lot more difficult, even at 15. So that could be a good bow. It probably won't match to that, but oh, it's only green quality. Let's get rid of it actually. Keep hold of that, because you never know. Salt is an easy mine. Cloth I've not much use for. Actually I do. I unlocked the next stage of the bandage, which is antiseptic bandages. The only issue, don't know how to make the antiseptic. I found a bottle. I was being naughty and exploring the highlands, but I jumped up around. I shouldn't have actually been there, like. I had to be careful because, ooh, that is a lot of people. Let's see if we can. No, I were hoping to take out a lot more. Ooh. Just because I know those wizards are annoying, I always try to target them. Or if I can avoid them as much as possible, I'll do that, but... yeah, so obviously I need to now learn how to make antiseptic so I can make the next level of bandages. I can make greater potions, sort of. Supplies are limited. I don't think I can make... oh, I can make the greater healing potion plus. My health at the moment is being run on chicken wings. I call them chicken wings, I don't think they are. They drop from a bird. I can't remember whether... yeah, I'm using the chamomile tea for stamina and health regen. So obviously I had the chicken and I am using the meat combo skewer. So I'll have to wait for the meat part to run out and then I can swap to... I'll be using the grilled the game, so that'll be 80. Instead of 120, I'll be dropping to 80 from that. Oh, I'll try and figure out what he was trying to loot. Antidotes. That is a lot of seals that are required to get through that. Okay. Did I miss one back there? No. Maybe? No. See, now he's got me doubting. I'm gonna have to run just this way. Alright. So the other way should lead to where we just were. There's a book here to read. Listen to my plan, brothers. Stop your whiny teeth chattering and listen up. I have a plan to regain the flame's blessing and lift this horrid curse. First we'll make a fine brazier, chandelier, and some many candles. Second, we find ourselves a brittle-boned weakling who didn't gulp down enough milk as a kid. Third, we smash him into pieces. Fourth, throw his sad, fragile little bones into the fire pit as a holy offering and dance until the flame forgives. Right. I don't think that's going to work. We could chant, but the only song I know is Oldie to Pike Mead. If you know some tunes by that bad Val, join in. Okay. They sound like a crazy lot. Hidden crafting recipes, hollowed. Oh, nice group of ya. So easy, I say. Oh, mage user. Delusional trying to hit me around the corner. I think he's from that doorway. That means I'm going to have to hunt the other guy down. Because I swear there were only two of them by the door. Oh no, there's still two there. Well, this is more like it. those wizards, mages, whatever, are annoying with the amount of skulls they summon in packs like that. Oh. Right. We are definitely progressing a lot quicker, I say. Might get this done in the first session. Who knows? Can't remember which way it is. Where do we come down? That's an easy indicator. So that's where we come down, so it's that way. I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of mobs either at that doorway or down there when I drop down. Uncommon, yeah, common, non-common. Wand. We're going to salvage it. A ring of flame. I think I've got one of those. I don't know if this one's better. I can't see these changing. In that sense, those stats. Safe room. See if there's any loot. Honey? Red marble. Stop making noises. Already see me squeal like a little girl when that, what are they, toads, lizard things appeared in the swamp. What is that noise? Oh, is it this? It's slightly confusing. I can understand outside having muddy, boggy sort of mud, but in a crypt sort of thing on the ground doesn't make so much sense to me. I know you could have underground water, but it seems as if you wouldn't do that, or that would be an issue you'd have to sort when building the place. Oh, we got those plants up there as well. Stand there, mate. Let me finish you off. Yeah, so see, with the healing from the food and also the bandage, I heal pretty quickly. He's got downhill combat issues, which is fine to a point. Right, we are... I should have made some of those. We're running low on our buffs, so at least we're fully buffed again. At least for the ones that I can apply. You're not going to fire at us from down here. They only do 3 shots and then you're free to wail on them. Yeah, there we go. He's back to being able to shoot again. So if you can get him to fire at you before you move in, dodge the shots. You can then basically go up to him, wail on him, and you don't have to worry about him. Curious. No. I thought it might have a duration on it, but it seems that it does not. I'm gonna have to put that on the up there. I don't need it because these aren't poisonous enough to be deadly. Not on their own, but if I was, say, attacked by a group of skellies at the same time, then being poisoned. Because of these, it'd not be a good thing. Especially with the deep muddy as well. When we get the next safe room, we need to make sure we get our full rested buff. Explore the paths that we've got. So you can swing across there. And way up here, looks to be a cave down there. That's one of those little healy, yep. To get that, you're going to have to swing across by the looks of it. So we'll do that in a second. There's the plants down that way with a way up there. It needs to be. There's one over there in that room. Rats. Another little cave over there. Another way up as well. Chest over there. I'm going to assume that a lot of that down there is deep mud. Which would be why there's so many anchor points up. Right, so we're halfway. What have we got? Another path. More flowers. Yes, you can swing across. So I would go with that you're not meant to be jumping down and taking out all the mobs down there. I did not check what was behind it. I could have quite easily ended up down. And the idea is to just jump down, go into whatever these little cave rooms are. Warrior arms. What am I actually wearing? Adventurer. 9-4 with 3 melee damage. 7-3 one-handed melee damage. That's no good for me. So we're going to jump down and do this little cave here. Anything? Didn't even notice that when I first jumped in here. I need... let's just loot it all. The main thing I'm after is the meat. Because the skewer uses the lean meat. And there's no easy way to get it other than to kill low level mobs such as your rats, your ghosts and the rabbits. As much as you can farm the rabbits and the goats, doing it just to get hold of the bit of meat seems pointless to me. On the scale that, you know, you'd want. It just seems daft. Let's go to the other side, we'll do the other cave. Basically ignore the bats, because all they drop is the little fur in it. Although I do think I need some later on. I've got like 100 and odd as is, and the rats are going to just give me some, so it's like there's no point looting the bodies, is there? In that sense. What is that? Oh, that's just a bunch of rats. Oh, it looked like a corpse or a body of some sort. Alright, so there's a seal there. There's the cave here, so let's go fly into that. Well, it's not really a cave, it's a part of the building. What happened there? Ooh, an experience scroll. Never got one of those out of a jet. Ah. You can tell how old someone is to ask whether or not they've got a reason for this. Smashing the jars, because it all boils down to Zelda games. Oh, Baroness daggers. They're not lore daggers, which is a shame because they look nice. I might keep them. Right, we're going to use that to make some room. We don't need that. The cloth can go. Bone Channel 1. I'm not sure if that's the ones we've already got. Or whether that's a more stronger version than the bone channel that we have. Bone arrows are not much use. Oh, I'll say that. Blunt. Oh, you could get it using a bone arrow then. Clean bandit. Where did I get that from? I don't remember picking them up. Those are the next level, the like antiseptic ones. $16. I'd keep all the year, but I've not got the space. I'm gonna use these potions just to make a bit of room. I'd rather use them and not need them than just discard them. In that sense. Right, let's see. We'll jump across. What happened there? We fell into a hole. You got the plants, which are annoying, the rats, which are also annoying, but not as dangerous realistically as the plants. So I can just jump past them. Hooks to get across there. There's no way across that way. Nope, no, that went way too far. Okay, there's not a hook. I don't know if I got extremely lucky with that or... meant to be able to do that. So I still need one more seal. None of the plants or anything seem to be. There's a cave there. Wasn't one down there, was there? it doesn't look like it. I'll have to double check, but... Oh, this one's got spiders in it. There we go. We'll take the string. Spider gland's probably the more valuable thing. I don't know what it's used for off the top of my head. I don't even know if I've used it at all so far. More of a nuisance. Don't like the rats. Right. Which now raises an issue. I don't know where the nearest hook is. Trying to avoid fighting stuff that I don't have to. Yeah, it doesn't seem as if there's a cave this way, but there's a lot of stone as to indicate that you can climb up this if you don't end up bouncing about. Come on. Yeah. Right. Let's make sure that we are buffed up food wise. I'm not sure what's going to be behind the doorway. Or is it? Right, we're safe. Safe room. Let's clear the loot. Right, we're going to continue on. I know it's getting close to the hour mark. There we go, 20 minutes of rested. We need the rested bit. It helps with the stamina regen. Got. That looks like a melee one. I'm not been keeping my eye out for secret doors either. Damn it. God knows how many I could have gone past. Get out of the way. Let me up here. Fine. Shouldn't be annoying with that though. Oh, it's another spawner up here. Oh, there's a guy stuck here. Calm down, mate. I only came to get rid of you. Oh, God almighty. What are you doing like here? You've got a door there. What looks to be another door there. No locks. Other than the key lock in that sense. How much extra? Oh, we're only in a couple hundred. Master the ancient Black Mire Spire. Yeah, that might be next episode. Depend on, well, no, actually, depends on how long it takes. But let's open up this door. We're only having a look. Obviously, we'll be going back to the safe room. Oh. I don't think there's a way back up if you go down there. What's the other way then? What was that? Oh, it's just bones, isn't it? Just double check. Yep, bones. Oh well. Let's check this room. Chest. I think it's the one-handed sword, that. Like it when it does noises like that. Ooh, arrow. Bones. Right. Let's have a see. Let's just quickly make a bit of room. Ice bolt 1. No, we don't need all that. That can go. Even the mana potion to a point isn't worth much. Yeah, one-handed sword. Scarigulous steel sword. Looks like the what's it ones, so, and it's not that. So 32. Get what? No, it might make it into the 40s, but it's not going to match the hatchet that really. Salvage that. I'm want to salvage the ring. The shield can stay for the time being. Get rid of the mana potion. Right. As much as... Is that just graphical? Ooh. Yeah. As much as I want to continue on, we've hit our hour. We're going to call it there before we jump down and, you know, see what's down there. Right. I know I mentioned possibly doing Winrose. However, there's an announcement for Valheim this weekend, so I'm going to put it off on it, just in case it is the Valheim release date, because I plan on playing that. So it's still an idea of doing Winrose. I'm not sure if or when. We'll have to see what kind of news comes out. But yeah, I'm gonna thank you all for joining me, and I hope to see you all next time, because we're going to be continuing on with the Hallowed Halls.